Good morning, good noon, good evening, whatever time and place you're listening to us from, straight from the 909. It's Mark, Ali, myself, Isaiah, and together,
that's hip hop.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Today, we have the pleasure of observing Exhibit A, gentlemen.
Exhibit A.
X to the Z, Xzibit.
That's a good one.
That's the Rhino Records price tag.
I love Xzibit, man. He's like the Jordan Aqua 8s.
Oh.
He's like the Xbox when it first came out.
Okay.
Just a game changer. He's a mix of like DMX ferociousness with Ice Cube's attitude and Ice-T's versatility and ability to cross over to different platforms. Dre said that he's like a chainsaw. He's magnetic. I remember when I was young playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Such a classic.
Oh, yeah.
That track was on loop. West Coast legend. And I don't know what hip-hop would be without him. Today we're discussing Xzibit's debut album, At the Speed of Life, released on October 15th, 1996 by Loud Records and RCA. Produced by Xzibit, Craig Shareed, Diamond D, DJ Muggs, DJ Pin 1, E Swift, a lot of legends on here.
DJ
Safari, Asar, singles from Paparazzi, Eyes May Shine, The Foundation.
Man.
The length of this album is 49 minutes and 18 seconds. It peaked at 74 on the U.S. Billboard 200 and 22 on the U.S. Top R&B hip-hop albums. Gentlemen, this is a very special episode for me. Xzibit's one of those guys that, I've really taken a liking to his style, just everything. Everything he's done. I've just loved the person that Xzibit is. And he's one of those guys when I first, when I saw him, do Bitch Please, I was just like, okay, he's here.
That was it.
He's here. What was your guys' first introduction into Xzibit like? I'll go with you, Ali.
Yeah, I would definitely say Bitch Please is the first time I remember hearing him. And I remember just that beat. And it really was kind of like a comeback for Snoop because that was the first time he kind of got back with Dre. So, when that song was everywhere, but the very first voice you hear is Xzibit. I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
And from the intro, he's
Big
talking.
W to cover up the world, right?
He's talking at the beginning, and then boom, his first verse, just trying to hot box with me. I swing hard, lick it going down by the second round. All hell to underground. Like, I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And from that point on, anything with, and then actually 2001 came out, Dr. Dre's album. And Xzibit's on there on What's the Difference? Oh, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Kills that. And he's on another
big
song.
Big tracks.
He's on another song on there as well. But that song, What's the Difference? And then his album comes out, and that song, X, was everywhere, all over the LA radio stations. And from that point on, I was just like, okay, Xzibit's my guy. Like, that's it from that point on. And then, I get to college, and then I start going back to his older stuff. So I'm like, okay. I thought Restless was his debut album. Then go to find out, I'm like, oh, this other one, 40 Days and 40 Nights. I jump on that. I'm like, okay, Xzibit been dope for a while. I was just late. So, but yeah, definitely Xzibit's one of those West Coast MCs that really gives credibility to the West Coast because, there's a lot of people that kind of want to shun lyrical ability on the West Coast sometimes, and I think it's just, gang banging and stuff like that. But it's like, nah, we have real spitters that can go toe to toe with anybody from anywhere.
What's crazy is the year that we kind of came out, we kind of came in the middle, of some of these artists we've had to kind of go back to listen to, and then there's some that came after, when we're already kind of grown. I always think that's interesting.
Yeah.
Even with Xzibit. What about you, Mark? When did you first hear X to the Z Xzibit?
I ended up hearing him through Chronic 2001. And with listening on Reflection Eternal, he's on a secret track at the end of...
a secret.
It's the...
bonus tracks.
1, 2, 3. I think it's the one...
It's like countdown.
The countdown.
Down for the count.
Yeah, down for the count.
Man.
And that... Hearing him on that, knowing that he's going and on a verse with Talib Kweli on his track, he had to be up there with the lyrical ability.
He could hold his own. He's a lyrical X-Men.
Your introduction actually proves it's actually correct. I do believe that he's a more controlled version of DMX with that control, but still providing a ferocious delivery. The lyricism has room to explore because you have space. You don't have this like all out just viciousness compromised with less space, less dialogue, less lyrics.
Because his voice is naturally like that, even when he talks.
It's just how he sounds.
That's the way it is. He said since I was a baby.
And with the lyricism,
imagine an Xzibit baby like where
X to the Z.
Being 3 years old sounding like that.
You should have had one of those album covers with the baby Xzibit.
Forget that. Get my Similac.
Finish your thought. Yeah, your thought.
We have him at like the high tier lyrical level, high tier delivery level, and with those two being so high, he can't lose.
Yeah,
he's not in a position to lose because he's good at both.
It's crazy.
It's he's truly a gifted human being because not only has he stayed within the realm of music, producing, you also have him on his cameo on 8 Mile and a couple of other
the 8 Mile cameo was a legit dope
where he's
scene.
literally in his pocket just being a rapper.
Yep. Battling Eminem,
Right.
and then just being able to be more of it's fun to like listen to him talk, but the fact is that he conveys his message well when it comes to podcasting, reflecting on his career, talking about the things that he was a part of, mainly Pimp My Ride as well.
Yeah, big one. Big
that was
show.
a phenomenon.
Big show.
It's definitely going to be a pleasure talking about like his style, dissecting it, because we're just going to have a fun time. There's nothing too critical about him.
No.
We have a run time within the 45-minute pocket window
Sweet spot.
Perfect.
that we need for an album, especially an introductory album like this.
Right.
Yep.
And we also have the Paparazzi instrumental that all the freestylers were using.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So
that's a legendary track in itself. That was like the first track I heard from him.
Yeah.
I know it featured, I think on Sopranos, there was a scene where I think it's one of the bosses. It's Tony Soprano's dad or uncle. No, it's his uncle. He's getting he's becoming now like the Don or something. And as he's becoming like that new leader or the new head, all of a sudden you hear the Paparazzi song come on.
Yeah.
And he's just accepting the reign of like being the new head of the family or something. Dope scene. But it just shows you just like, how he's infiltrated pop culture even.
Oh yeah.
Crazy. What Pimp My Ride, that was like we've never seen nothing like that done. He made it cool. The crossover to be cool, like in a hip hop esque show. And he was shooting off the hip most of the time.
He was just himself.
Yeah, he was just himself, which was sick. Like his personality's dope, man.
Yeah.
It's funny. He's a funny dude.
He was a perfect rapper available at that right time because he's already achieved some sort of notoriety at that point. And for him to be a part of Pimp My Ride really like validated the show.
Yeah.
Really gave the stamp of approval of like West Coast, like even the name of the auto body shop, West Coast Customs. You have to have some sort of person that's going to champion the whole show together with it.
Yeah.
Who better?
It's funny though, because he says
he's funny too, bro.
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny. But he was saying in an interview about like how people come up to him about their transmission and stuff. He's like, man, I'm just the face of this thing, dude. I don't know about cars.
I'm not fixing these cars.
I'm not
bro.
putting the transmission in the car, man. Like,
how'd you guys get that fish tank in the back of that Escalade? I don't know, man. The hell?
I want a garden in the hood. Like really?
Yeah, he said that that's the thing about that show is like his fan base grew outside of hip hop, and that was one of his concerns is that people not taking him serious because he's letting his personality show on there.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it still benefited him because it just made his platform that much bigger, more global. Where like it's crazy though. We know him as this West Coast figure, but he's actually from Michigan. He relates with Eminem in that sense. But that I think that is pretty crazy. Like, and how he's like been adopted into this Dr. Dre universe, where he's now like one of the key role players in that family.
Oh yeah.
That like I said is a game changer. with any team, you need a strong role player. And Xzibit was that piece that just
the one.
Once you got him, Snoop, Dre, Nate Dogg, M.
The whole Up in Smoke tour era,
the whole Up in
from
Smoke
like
tour.
99 to like 01.
Yeah, it was over.
Out of here.
Over. Once you got X coming on,
Done.
it's over.
Done.
It's over. Because he's just one of the guys you have to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Not including M or Snoop or Dre. Like, he's just one of the guys.
Just one. He's like the first. He's the frontline guy.
Yep.
And good luck trying to get past him.
Yeah.
Than having to deal with, Snoop or, Eminem.
He'd probably be their version of Inspect a Deck then.
Yeah. Sort of like, yeah.
There you go.
Great comparison.
Yeah.
Great comparison.
And I think his track, What's the Difference, was legendary. Legendary. A lot of people are scared to get on a track with Eminem.
Yeah.
Just
do tell.
Seriously.
But this dude, he holds his own.
He has like 3 or 4
own.
songs with him.
Yeah, like there wasn't when I was listening to the track, I'm not trying to rush through his verse. Like I want to sit and enjoy take in his verse before I get to M's. I know M's is coming, but I'm satisfied right in the pocket of where Xzibit's at. I mean, I'm fine there. I'm content there. Many other tracks with M, you're kind of like, okay, I want to hear what M's gonna say. This one was just like, I'm good. I mean, I like Xzibit's style.
I'll get to M when they get there.
Yeah.
You imagine writing the best verse of your life, looking at it and realizing you got to go with Eminem. You're like, this ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
What's crazy is that nobody ever tells these MCs that Eminem's going to be on the track. It's always like
In
hear
most
it after.
cases, they don't know yet.
They always hear it after the fact. I remember Eric Sermon saying something like that. He goes, man, if I would have known Eminem was going to be on the track, I would have
did a better verse.
Such a legendary dude. As far as like style, I mean, what do you guys think about his style? Like, how would you try to describe his style in comparison to other MCs you've heard? Is there any? For me, I'll start off. I think he even says it in one of his lyrics, straight point blank. Rugged, rough shit that the hard rock need. His style is rugged, raw, rough, and it's for those like hip hop heads.
Oh yeah.
He even said it in Bitch Please. He said, "All hail the underground." How that sound? Sounds good to my ears. We want the underground.
We love it.
Right.
We're all like in the hole that he's literally spitting to the underground. We love it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was that. He was right at the precipice. He was just about to hit mainstream, but he still was showing love to the underground.
I love that. Eminem says something similar. He's like, flip the underground upside down or something like that in one of his tracks too. It's where this point of full circle comes into play, like where hip hop, the underground, like what we truly think is hip hop, the lyricism, finally takes over, and that was Xzibit at a point when he came on Bitch Please, when he came on What's the Difference, it was like one of those victories for underground hip hop.
Oh, for sure.
Of course, later on, Xzibit starts adopting more of this like G-funk sound, kind of moving away more from like the East Coast kind of sound he had earlier, like we're going to talk about in this album, but still the lyrical is there.
Oh, yeah.
He has it. You don't lose that. It's there. So, I mean, what do you guys think though? Like in regards to style wise,
there's instances where I can hear a lot of how Dr. Dre would sound if he was a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more lyrical.
Yeah.
You also have I think one trait that I do like about Xzibit is that his delivery is so ferocious that he rarely needs to punch in a double.
Right.
And a lot of MCs can go heavy on that. And it's just, even, we're like you and I, like when we used to make tracks, or you still do make tracks too, but when I used to make tracks, like you kind of feel forced to do it after you do it once. Yeah, and that's why I typically never used to like to do it.
Like it's not complete yet, like until you do it.
Now, with his style, not needing it, that just means the first take, the take that he's kept,
it's straight to tape,
is also the best without any added theatrics on it.
That's what you call cut to tape. Like it's just your voice, Biggie, Flavor Flav, like Nas. It's ready to go.
Yeah,
right out the box.
And then a lot of people that don't punch in as much as he does. Chuck D, from Public Enemy. I'd be damned if I heard him even punch once.
Yeah.
because of how like him and Xzibit rap like they're on a podium.
Mm-hmm.
Little more rugged.
Right.
Xzibit does it like he's from an assembly. You know, he's just like getting a bunch of people together. Like Chuck D does it at like a legit college. But damn, it's something that as you listen on, you're gonna notice like, oh yeah, wait, he actually doesn't punch in as much on this album anyway. Yeah, and in the introduction that we've provided already, I mean, you'll see you already have the comparisons of DMX already off the jump, but a more lyrically dense version of him.
Who's the better X?
I mean, hey, it's funny. Corrupt. I mean, he mentioned that when he was dissing DMX when they were beefing.
Really?
He said, "Motherfuck D, motherfuck M. Only X I know is Xzibit or RBX." Like that's, you know.
Oh yeah,
that's
we were
crazy.
when we were having a bite the other day. What was like, who's the better X? Was it Xzibit? Who? I put IMX, the R&B group.
Mia X from No Limit.
Yeah. Damn. Oh yeah. It was like I was like, oh yeah, who's the better X? He's like DMX, Xzibit, or your X.
Definitely not our X. I'll say that. Yeah.
That was funny.
Wait, what you think about what you think about his style, Ali?
I mean, it's just, I think of like just, for me, it reminds me, and it's funny because on Bitch Please, he mentions Tyson.
Yeah.
But he was like, he said, Xzibit ready to scrap like Mike Tyson with his license back. And to me, to me literally sums up his style. It's just like, you know, rugged Tyson, uppercuts, hooks.
That's a good one right
like,
there.
it sounds like, you're hurting me. Like, man, this hurts. Like, okay, X, chill.
Yeah.
Like, because he'll get on these runs where it's just bar after bar and switching patterns and just, it's just like, okay, all right, okay, X, okay, you got it. Like, it's just, it sounds painful.
Yeah.
And I mean, quickly just, you know, when Dr. Dre and Jermaine Dupri had their issue back in the day, you know, Dre didn't really do much of the heavy work. It was mostly Eminem and Xzibit just dismantling him in one mixtape freestyle. Xzibit, I mean, I was just like, man, he wasn't even talking about you, man. This is Dre's issue. But he went in like he talked about his sister or something. And it just, his style is just so aggressive and just heavy.
You know, I'm gonna sidebar a little bit right here, but this is why I feel like with the current situation that's going on now, because we know what's going on now.
Yep.
Like, we know the beef between J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick that's going on. But one of the things I just wanted to mention was that for Cole, being careful because, okay, you're going against K-Dot, but you remember who he's with. He's with M. He's with
Dre,
the whole Dre
he's
family.
under that
you diss the
umbrella.
network.
You're dissing the whole Dre scenario and family universe. So you got to be careful. Even M put out a diss against Benzino.
Yes.
Right? In that diss track though, he says a line about Cole. He goes, "I've been at the level Cole been at." And I was wondering, I was like, why did he say that? I feel like that was a warning to him. Like, yo, I'm here, I'm listening. And even Kendrick said, like, in his verse, he said, "This is Melly Mel if I have to."
This Melly Mel if I have to.
Eminem, you know, there's a tie. So I'm just saying, depending on how far this really gets, you know, M may even have to step in just because of that.
J. Cole puts a hole in that umbrella, he's gonna get wet.
Be careful.
It's a good time in hip hop.
Oh,
right now,
I love the competition in it. I love it.
We I also wanted to talk a little bit more detail about what Ali was mentioning. He's like, I'm rapping like Tyson with his license back.
That's
I want you to get the footage of Tyson coming back from his he's a fresh convert to Islam. And he comes back, and you know he's in prison shape, bro. He's yoked to the girl. He has a fresh Caesar with the part up going up, and he's looking at Peter McNeely, this I think he was like 6'6" tomato can that they got him for a warm up fight before his real fight later in the month. He's sizing him up. He's like,
"Yep, I just followed him,
dude.
Remember that?
Just provide that footage when he breaks that down, dude. Oh, it's perfect. That fight only lasted one round too. He killed Peter McNeely.
That's sick.
Of course.
You know, even I was doing some video clips for Wordsworth's interview that he did.
Yep.
I even found him in the Lyricist Lounge some of the Lyricist Lounge footage online too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Xzibit was just there in the cut promoting his album Restless. I think.
Okay.
So pretty dope. Pretty dope. We'll talk a little bit about it. The cover of this album, At the Speed of Life. Just going to describe it for those who are listening through the podcast. You have a picture of Xzibit. He's like kind of he has his palm over his fist.
Like a prayer pose, kind of.
Sort of like a prayer pose. He's kind of thinking or looking at you like, like he's thinking of his next move, maybe.
Got the Carmelo Anthony cornrows.
Yeah, he has cornrows,
Syracuse
fresh.
cornrows.
It looks like he's in Los Angeles at this point. There's a picture of the freeway. Yeah, it even says, I think, either San Bernardino or Fernando. I think San Bernardino.
San Bernardino 10 freeway.
The
10 freeway.
That's a 10.
So you see the traffic zooming through, and then playing to the speed aspect of At the Speed of Life, and then you have his logo in the top right corner, Xzibit, and again it matches. I mean that like I said, the chainsaw thing, sharp, it's rugged. And then you have like in the far distance, the opacity is kind of lowered, but he's also kind of overlooking the freeway as well.
Oh yeah, yep, you can see him.
But even at the top of his head, you see blur lines and kind of going into the At the Speed of Life. Not only there, but you do have the brake lights being streaked out on the freeway as well.
Yeah.
So just even that font. At the Speed of Life, there was this canceled Fox show called Fastlane with Bill Bellamy. Looks exactly like that crap.
Oh wow,
that's funny.
Yeah.
So
At the Speed of Life.
So what do you think of the title and the meaning as far as this album goes? What do you guys? How do you connect that?
I would say it's kind of like, I would say maybe out of control. I would say maybe like. Trying to gain some control with his life kind of being chaotic in this space where, he's firmly in his rap career. This is his first album, his first chance to make it, and a lot's going on. It's like literally moving at the speed of life. So rather than the speed of sound or the speed of light, he says, no, the speed of life.
I like that play.
You know what I mean?
The common phrase is the speed of light. Yeah, and you change that to life.
So it's like at the speed of my life, at the speed of what's going on.
Yeah.
Me, having a child, me starting my rap career.
And he's also conscious that we have a limited time. So it's like he has to do things fast in order to accomplish things and get it done because time's flying. So
yeah, time's always going quick it's always going quick, man. It's like there's a lot of validity like that. Some people may be like, man, it takes a long time for this. Like, well, if you're living life, it goes quick.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And he spits some bars that I feel like he meant to have a long lasting, to be here beyond him, so that in aspect to all this is dope because that means that he is conscious of his limited time and he's trying to, do everything as fast as he can and to make his mark. And then he knows he's going to have to pass the mantle to his son and all that.
Right.
Like, so there, that even is dope. But a young Xzibit, I mean, I don't think there's a better time, like lyrically, to catch Xzibit than at a young Xzibit. Like this is the beginning. 40, what was it? Ali, his second album after this was
40 days, 40 nights.
40 days, 40 nights. Sick,
Nuts.
Man. The evolution, it just got better. Better. What you see is what we get. Ooh. Epic track, epic song. Music video. That music video.
Oh, that was crazy.
With Flavor Flav in it. He's dabbing the Alcoholics, like, his crew. We didn't even get to talk about that, but, he was kind of in this circle with the Alcoholics. He was introduced to them. So he then became in this crew, the Liquids crew. Sick name, like sick idea and concept. And, I like their style. They're very playful. And they're just kind of carefree, and it's like, it's just dope. They're vibing, really. That's what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
And Xzibit's there, and he dubs himself as the, what was it? He dubs himself as the, like, not chaotic one, but the more troubled one of the Licks crew or something like that. So you can see how he even, like, realizing, all the crazy stuff that he's been through.
Oh yeah.
Like he's trying to get it together, but he knows like he hasn't forgot what he's come through.
Yeah. And with the cover on that, with the cover showing the 10 freeway and showing like the LA freeway, it's a lot of people would get the idea that
West Coast. He's from West Coast.
Absolutely.
As well. Yep. I mean, I thought he was West Coast.
Making that clear.
It's crazy though, huh? Because now we see him as this West Coast, and he's forever going to be a West Coast guy now.
Yep.
We do that though. We do that with West Coast teams. We take players and we like make them like Kobe wasn't born in LA.
Right.
Yeah.
Kobe's not from LA.
Yeah, he's not from LA, but yet we identify him as LA.
Yeah,
like,
the closest he came up on the West was he spent some time in New Mexico.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But yeah.
So dope album cover. I think right off the bat, it was a sick concept, and he really followed through with that all the way.
Yeah.
Sick. So for those who don't know or who haven't watched the show, if this is your first time, you should follow us, by the way. But what we do is we cover 3 tracks that we liked out of the album, and then what we'll do is read the lyrics. So we're not actually going to be playing the music because that would be copyrighted, and then just, that screws us over. So what we're going to really do, and plus it's actually better when we read the lyrics because, we get to kind of expound on it and like go deeper into it. So we chose 3 tracks. It was a tough one out of this album. There's a lot of good tracks on this album. At the Speed of Life, which is the title track, that will be the first track that we'll cover. Paparazzi, man, such a big track. The Foundation, and we'll get into that track and why that one is a really important track. Honorable mentions, Positively Negative. That one's why am I forgetting his name right now? Ali.
King T.
That one's with King T, who was the one who actually like recognized Xzibit's talent. This was before Xzibit was Xzibit. I think he was called Xzibit A or ICE, ICE. And he was with another guy, and they were a group called Shady Bunch, the Shady Bunch, which I found funny because he hooks up with Slim Shady later.
Yeah.
But he ends up hooking him up, putting him on this track. From there, he sends him to Alcoholics, and boom, the rest is history. They grabbed him and like, yo, we see talent in you, sign him, boom. Here he is. Damn. That fast. So before he even had a mixtape, before he even had anything, just off of a feature, he gets a record deal off of a feature.
Yep.
You got some.
You used to be able to do that back then. If you really stood
AZ,
out,
if you really,
AZ, same thing up with Nas. Like if you really made noise on a feature, you could get a deal off one verse.
Yep.
If it was that good.
That's Xzibit.
The 3 again, Isaiah?
The 3 are At the Speed of Life, Paparazzi, and The Foundation.
Got it.
So the first track we're going to start with is going to be At the Speed of Life. This track is a total length of 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Producer on this track, let's see. It's going to be Craig Sherrod.
What was the track that Xzibit produced?
Checking right now to see. Xzibit. I don't see. Oh yeah, he's the executive producer. That's what.
Got it.
Yeah. So overall, kind of like overseeing it all.
Yep. Cool.
So At the Speed of Life is going to be the first track that we're going to be covering. This track, I love this track. One, it's the title track, but also I love this track because this is a great introduction into Xzibit as an artist. It kind of gives you insight of what the chip on his shoulder is, to me, in my opinion. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into that track. Do you want to start us off, Mark, on that one?
Yeah. And the intro you're going to hear is going to be, you are correct. What we were talking about is actually from Taxi Driver.
Yeah. Classic movie, by the way, by Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but you guys should watch it if you haven't watched it. It's a good movie. But basically a taxi driver kind of like, you kind of walked through the mind of him.
Yeah.
Seeing the city and seeing things in the city that he doesn't like.
Yeah.
Same where Xzibit coming into LA, kind of seeing things that he doesn't like. The whack MC again,
Everyone's trying to take him down, man.
Yeah.
It took a long time coming, but we waited. Xzibit went from underrated to now most anticipated. Never would have thought that I would rock your set and get love and respect without no special effects.
Again, like you were just saying, cut to tape without all the special gimmicks and all this, the tricks and all these little
Literally
things.
describes it.
Yeah, he's boom. He's right in there.
Only the rugged, rough shit that the hard rock need. Lyrics must contain more than just clothes, bitches, and weed. Thinking how you like to see the next man bleed, trying to glorify greed, living life at ridiculous speed, at the speed of light. Indeed,
Good play.
the main goals to achieve and succeed, have it laid out for your seed. So homeboy's on some like high value man type stuff, knowing that he has, you know, the goals in mind to just be a successful dude, and knows that it's about the impact and the legacy of have it laid out for your seed. It's not just about you in this world,
Right.
but the world gets colder every day by day. That's cool. Like actually carried on every day and then put day by day. So you actually like fuse the two phrases.
Yeah.
Every day, day by day.
Every day by day, physically, mentally getting drained by LA. Trying to find peace of mind is like trying to find a gold mine. It just won't happen. No time for relaxing. Real soldiers of fortune, front line of the action.
Damn.
So never show what you packing. You know what I'm saying? It's too much weight to be juggling. Who do you picture when you think about struggling? Kids in bed, no food, stomach bubbling, or in the E-class, heavy drug smuggling. So who's struggling for real? And he wants you to know that this is a struggle, not this. Not the homies in the E-class moving weight.
That's some highbrow shit right there.
Right. It makes you really think.
When you hear this verse, you could see him take it from here lyrically to like most comprehensive.
Yeah.
And to right in the middle. The guy, Xzibit has range. You hear it in this first verse, and it's impressive.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't need much either, man.
I'll take verse 2. And plus, I feel like no style is darker than mine. There was a time it was all about the beats and rhymes, but nowadays the blind just follow the blind. And when I die, still recite these lines to rock the heads, waterbed cities and towns, bringing strength to the masses that be holding it down. The underground to upper echelon and beyond. Xzibit rock and roll the streets like a vagabond. Want a trip, you getting dissed like a blondie bitch. Macking to Frankenhand. Run game like a marathon. It's here today and then tomorrow is gone. It's the law of the land, a straight modern day Babylon.
Let's go.
What a critique.
He said,
of modern day Babylon, the city of Los Angeles. Crazy.
Back in the Farrakhan, run game like a marathon.
Oh, there you go.
That was just like,
there you go. Thank you.
what?
Back in the Farrakhan.
What? Run game like a marathon. It's here to
that's crazy.
And even using the contrast of the white woman and then the next part,
I
in the
caught
Farrakhan,
that.
like a blonde bitch, Mac in the Farrakhan.
Come on. Yep, getting dissed like a blonde bitch, Mac in the Farrakhan. Come on. What?
Oh, I kind of went past that because I was just reading.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a sick
when you
ass
use
line.
Farrakhan in a bar, you better go off.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh,
The streets ain't gonna be calling. The Nation of Islam gonna be calling too. Like the bar better be nice.
Farrakhan, he knows every song his name is in. Believe me.
Want a trip? You getting dissed like a blonde bitch. Mac into Farrakhan. Run game like a marathon. It's here today, then tomorrow is gone. It's the law of the land. Straight modern day Babylon.
Oh, man.
That's high tier level and like lyrical shit right there.
I mean, it's like he just it feels like he's just tying all these phrases together. It's beautiful.
That's like on the level of like a cannabis, as far as perfection on the rhyme.
Yeah. And you want it delivered like how he's delivering it.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Absolutely. I'll go ahead with verse 3.
All right.
Xzibit looking at the earth through wide angles. I find a stairway to heaven in the city of Los Angeles, where small situations turn to heavy altercations with a heavy ass piece because don't fight no more. Before hip hop was all about drama, anything for $1 before Kane fucked Madonna. Xzibit maintained and stayed bent like a comma. Come on.
I like the little like intricacies like that because it reminds me of things Eminem. You know how far he'll go like to the minute detail of something. Like that's where Xzibit he has a little bit of that.
That was nice. Xzibit maintained and stayed bent like a comma. Just me and my bottle. We shall lead, not follow. MCs be full of shit, but they style be hollow. It seems you bitten off more than you can possibly swallow. Come on.
Not even just chew.
Swallow. Like, man, just a day in the life of a man named X. Only blunts and latex for the opposite sex. You see, it's coming through to smoke out and pay respect. Ever since 15, I've been ready for anything. Whatever they bring in any shape or form or fashion. I live to the fullest and rock rhyme with a passion. But in the meanwhile, if worse comes to worse, bust around and bust a verse, whatever comes first. Yeah, we got it locked down tight. Xzibit being the truth to the light. Shit is moving at the speed of life.
Calling back to his album.
Man. Yeah. Like that was just a great way to just end it.
Yeah.
Like he just said that and just let it rock. Like that was it. That was just I mean, it's not much to say. I mean, I guess the funny part obviously when you mentioned, before Kane fucked Madonna, that was just funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I find a stairway to heaven in the city of Los Angeles.
Yep. That's that LA. Like
that's crazy.
This is literally his. I almost feel like this is him describing his adjustment to LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how long he had been in LA at this point, maybe a few years, maybe a year only, I don't know. But
because this bar even mentioned how like taxing it is financially to be here.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's like his adjustment to LA.
And this is almost like even prophetic because he didn't really meet Dre yet. So once he meets Dre, he like kind of, I mean, I would say career-wise reached the stairway to heaven in a way, and kind of blew up from that point forward. But it's kind of crazy, like looking at it back at it now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Xzibit though, just the lyrical, the lyrical presence is here, just like bomb. Like you could tell, like the chips on his shoulder. He's going for it. Like, and I love that. I love that Xzibit, man. Where he's pulling out all the tricks, just giving you the full display. Of the artillery. Just Maintain was also a pretty dope track. Eyes May Shine, another kind of track about, backing down the whack MC, the phony. I forgot what Tretch called them. What did Tretch call them? The Yoke the Jokers, whatever that is. But, every MC kind of has that in their track, one track at least dedicated to that.
Oh, yeah.
Positively Negative. This one was another one that was kind of hard to pass over. We have to mention this one and talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, it features King T, who's one of my favorite underrated MCs. If you guys haven't heard of him, like he kind of, I mean, not directly, but at least vocally, he kind of sounds like a young Biggie. You know what I mean? Like kind of before he really perfected his style, like early or mixtape type records from Biggie or like stuff like Party and Bullshit. Yeah. Like King T kind of sounds a little like that. King T came a little, a couple years before Biggie, but like that's kind of what I compare his style to. But as far as the lingo and how he addresses everything all West Coast.
Ghetto Freestyle was that was the dope track that
that's the one he tried to Xzibit. Yep.
You guys gotta check that track out because I was listening to that track on my way to work and I was
amazing.
The beat already dope. And then you got both of them, like a young Xzibit going off, dude, bringing it. It's like
the first. I think that was like the first song he was ever put on. Like
that was as released. Xzibit, actually,
as Xzibit.
It's a must listen to if you guys haven't listened to that. Hopefully, we could try to even bring that up on the clips or something.
Absolutely.
So we're going to move on then to there's an interlude that happens, and the perfect timing for this interlude because then it's a soft open into now. Paparazzi, which starts with the symphony, the opera lady, like a very grand, like Mozart-esque, type of like music this guy's about to deliver you with the chainsaw though, like Dre said, like right through that track. And I think that contrast, it was just different from the sound that you were getting at that time. You're getting this, and you're like, who's this guy? People thought he was like an East Coast guy.
Yeah.
And so, this track is one that stood out that I remember, and this what drew me to the album is Paparazzi.
Yeah.
I think he was just so ahead of his time. And you think about that, like, you're a young guy rapping about things, and I don't even know if he even realizes it, but now when you look back at that track, it's like, he's critiquing the rap game, and seeing things like that still go on today, then that's why it makes it relatable and way past its time, because like that's relevant right now.
Definitely.
Things he's talking about in this track.
Yeah,
and this was his first track that he actually created on this album. So he created this track first and then the rest of the tracks.
Yeah. Even more prophetic that he even complains about LA, because people are complaining about living in LA now.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And this was also, I don't think at the time yet there was a track about paparazzis at all, because this is way before Kanye's track, about paparazzis and stuff.
Yeah, no one really.
Way before Kanye had problems.
He's the only one that really gave him. He finally gave in. And like, man, I'm gonna make a song about them.
Right. At this point.
Yeah.
Oh, but hold on. Before we get to the lyrics, just got a quick story on this song.
Oh yeah.
So the hook, it says it's a shame he's in the rap game only for the money and the fame, and that's basically what the hook is. He says that twice. Now, before that, Tupac on the song "How You Want It," he says, "Forgive me, I'm a writer. I'm just a simple man. All I want is money for the fame. I'm a simple man." So he says that on "How Do You Want It." Then Paparazzi comes out. Now this is during the time anything, the smallest thing Tupac might think is a diss, he thinks it's a diss.
Paranoid.
Super paranoid. But after he got shot, anything.
Sneak dissing.
If it sounds like
is what we call that now. Yeah.
He thought that was a diss to him.
Yeah.
Because he says that, and then some months later, Paparazzi comes in. Now, rewind to the 90s, to put a song out, it took much longer. Like you couldn't, it's not like today where you can record a song and put it out in an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So for Paparazzi come out a month or so after How Do You Want It, he probably made that song 6 months ago. But we didn't hear it until boom, right after Pac's song comes out. So had he had time to probably process that, he could have seen, there's no way he could have been talking about me on there. Well, fast forward, the first song on Machiavelli, Bomb First, he has the Outlaws, throw a shot at Xzibit. And, they said, like, what did they say? He said, got a question for that kid that made Paparazzi. If you ain't in this rap game for the cash main, then what is your motherfucking purpose? So that was him throwing a direct shot at Xzibit. But Pac didn't say he had one of the Outlaws say it. But I just thought that was interesting when I heard Razcast tell that story and how he kind of broke it down. Like, had Pac really kind of just sat and thought about it, he could have not realized that there's no way he could have made this song right after I did. Like, that's
like the timestamps,
right?
The timestamps.
You know what I mean? Like, he probably made this 4 or 5 months ago. There's no way he heard How Do You Want It and then came out with this right away.
I was just thinking, imagine Pac was around today and imagine him dissing like Drake or something.
Yikes.
He was the one that made Chino XL famous.
He did.
He did. Up. It's
really
like, Chino XL,
no one heard him until he said that. Then it's like, who Chino
Chino
XL? Let me see who this guy is.
Yeah. Literally gave advertisement to Chino XL more than dissing him.
Seriously. No, seriously.
He put him on the map and then dissed him.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to mention that first because that was like I said, that was kind of a big thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't even know. But I literally just saw the Razcast interview a couple months ago. But he kind of broke that down.
A dope storyteller. I was telling the fellas, I was like, he's a dope storyteller. And I was like, well, it figures he's an MC.
He's a rapper. That's what they do. But so that was my quick story on that.
Yeah. 1996 marks the beginning of a new era. The dysfunctional member of the Alcoholics family. There you go. That's what I meant.
Dysfunctional member.
It's Xzibit. Man, I might have tears while I'm in this verse. Sometimes I wonder if it's all worth my while. Xzibit stay versatile with $1 million lifestyle. And I could feel it as a child growing up. That was the real and that was scared as fuck. That's Xzibit, only roll with the chosen few. You ain't really real. I could tell when I look at you. Just how hard hitting and real these bars are. So easy off the trigger talk. You ain't killing shit. It's not affecting me. Or that I'm chilling with. I don't believe the hype or buy Wolf tickets. Do you guys know what Wolf tickets is? I had to look that up.
Yeah, so Wolf tickets is just
it's making a threat.
It's like what I was reading.
Just nothing but hype.
Right.
What I was reading is like kind of like I would say like somebody who's crying wolf. You're not going to buy their ticket because they're lying.
Yeah.
So you're not going to buy Wolf tickets because they're crying wolf. So why are you going to buy into what they're saying?
Right.
So I don't buy Wolf tickets. You make a gang of noise and never seen like a cricket. like those little crickets in your room,
making all that
making
noise.
You can't find them. Like, where the hell
from?
is this cricket?
Where is he?
Making all this racket,
throwing sound everywhere.
Man,
can't see him anywhere. What the heck?
for real.
Yeah, I guess that's why we never kick it. A lot of it's soft and get tossed trying to fuck with the liquid. The liquid crew. I love how he keeps bringing them up. How many do you know like this? Always claiming that they're riding, but they really turn bitch. It don't make sense. Either you're soldier from the start or you're actor with the record deal trying to play the part like that. It's a shame in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Extra large. It's a shame in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Paparazzi. Woo.
See, I don't need no lights, no cameras, just action, goddamn it. Never no superstar. I'm more like a planet.
Ooh, bar. Hold on. Where's it at?
Damn, is this Biz? Did Biz ghost right for X?
Ooh, we gotta hold that on that bar right there.
Man. Wow.
If you kind of
no superstar.
if you kind of slow down Cannabis's like his speed,
Yeah.
kind of end up sounds a little bit.
What?
He's like
Because
in that
you know
pocket.
what? Cannabis does have that raspy
Yeah.
ness to him. It's a little bit more turned up.
Yeah.
You know, if you turn it a little bit down, you kind of hear Xzibit now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that bar right there, I just want to expound on that.
Yeah.
When you think about it, a superstar. Everybody wants to be a superstar.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be a star. I'm a planet.
planet.
I got things going on right now.
Superstars revolve around me.
There it is. So my composure is kept while others start to sweat. Emerging from the fog with my fucked up dialogue. Trying to live high on the hog leaves you bankrupt. And you spend it on would not give a fuck. And that's deep. How deep? It's deeper than Atlantis. Home of the scandalous, big bad Los Angeles.
I love even the comparison of Atlantis to Los Angeles. Even that in the metaphors is sick.
Dangerous, vandalous, yo, not to be trusted now. How the fuck is you hard? Not being scared by the boulevard? I'm pulling that card and saying, gin, motherfucker. Flowing like liquids. Soak it in, motherfucker. I'm breaking it down. My sound surrounds like death from the west, putting whole countries to the test. Or whole counties to the test.
Countries, I like the sound of countries too.
I know, yeah. It's all in perspective. Breaker 19 copy. This for it's getting caught up in the paparazzi.
Bars, man.
Like, Xzibit didn't play with one. Like, every word had a purpose. Every bar, every word, every punchline, all of it. Like, he doesn't waste any time on any verse.
And that hook is so like catchy. Just
simple.
It's a shame in the rap game, only for the money and the fame. Extra launch, like
Deeper than
that's
Atlantis.
every underground hip hopper's like anthem.
Home of the scandalous, big bad Los Angeles.
Like, that was hard.
Yeah.
That was hard.
I love the Los Angeles bars. That
Oh
he
yeah,
got some-
it's like he finds a way to really like elevate LA
yeah.
through his bars. Like I like how he does that.
He was able to carry the stress of the S on Atlantis and just combo
Atlantis,
it up
Los
for
Angeles, scandalous, vandalous. Like he really
How
he
deep?
was painting.
It's deeper than Atlantis.
Yep. He was just painting. He was painting.
And those are the best setup bars too. Is like you propose the question first two words.
Question,
propose the question,
a good-
and people
good
are enthralled and like curious.
Then
They're
you
like,
answer it.
"Well, how deep is it, Xzibit? Tell me." It's deeper than Atlantis.
Yep. You ask the
And
question,
he
then you
delivers on
answer
it.
it.
He delivers on the question too.
Absolutely. And then on the third verse, he goes, "You smoke, stress, and cross dress, but I just play the back. Others going through schemes and pipe dreams for a contract. Real tightly rolled. Fuck them all. How
Can
I
we pause
feel."
right there? Like, I love the fact that he's describing like those MCs, and this goes to even today, who are doing everything, bending over backwards, cross-dressing even just to get a record deal. You know, I think of, artists today that, might be fall into this category.
Compromise
They're
themselves.
they compromise themselves to get a record deal. And he's like, screw all the schemes, all the pipe dreams. Like, I'm just going to roll through like the way I am and make a record deal. Like that's
He's hitting a lot of nerves too, because that spans between music and Hollywood too, man.
and Hollywood. And he's in Los Angeles. So
Come on now.
yeah.
He said, real tightly rolled. Fuck them all. How I feel. I made a cool half meal before I had a record deal. Therefore, you look and stare like it's magic, but too much of anything can make you an addict. When devils be starting static, break out the automatic. I set it off straight. I spread hate, then I vacate. But wait, who dares cross the
Spread hate and then vacate. I love the combo bars. Are like,
I set it all straight. I spread hate, then I vacate. But wait, who dares to cross the path? Yo, I do you like the math, cut with glass, make a bloodbath. So on behalf of all the I get drunk with, smoking blunts with, I dispose of the punk shit. Hey, and keep it all in perspective. Carbon copies getting caught up in the paparazzi.
It's the alliteration. Carbon copies getting caught up in the paparazzi. Like that. Look at that. Let's take it into
all
the lens
C's.
now of like carbon copy getting caught up in paparazzi. All the sound of that.
It just flows.
Yeah.
Kind of almost duplicating carbon copies.
Yeah.
Carbon copies getting caught up in the paparazzi. Once again, it's the liquidation crew, and we return
that
at you
liquidation bar. That wordplay there.
Yep.
Wordplay.
Nice. Yeah, I mean,
he's showing it all, like wordplay, schemes, the alliteration, even what he's saying, the realism. He's interweaving all these different things, storytelling, all of that.
All of it.
He's a full package.
He shows all the tools of a dope MC on
he's
this.
a full package on that.
For sure.
Classic track. This is a classic underground hip hop track, legendary status. Paparazzi is going to always be one of those tracks. Even just the beat itself, like you said, Mark. Everybody was downloading this beat, trying to make a mixtape. Yeah, so it's one of those. Before we get into this last track, honorable mention as well too. I really enjoyed Bird's Eye View. He did a track with the Digging in the Crates crew. Diamond D.
Yeah.
And he also collabed with the Alcoholics on that. I just like how they're, just talking about that concept of a bird's eye view. Like that's where they are compared to the whack MC, they're on the bird's eye view. I love that. That was sick. Also a shout out to Carry the Weight, which talks a bit more into his story, growing up and all the struggle that he had to go through to get to this point. So that was a dope track. Very real on that one. 13, Plastic Surgery with Razkaz. Dope concept.
Very
talking
creative.
again about the fake MC and that tying to plastic surgery and being in Los Angeles again. Like it's just layers of his artistry. So shout outs to those tracks. But we chose the third track to be Foundation, and it's for a reason. This track to me feels like almost like proverbs in the Bible or something. Like each bar is a proverb.
Yeah.
That it doesn't have to be just his son. Like we can all take this.
Right.
Like that's how deep
It's
those
wisdom
bars are.
for real.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Straight
Real
up
game.
wisdom. So Foundation, I just want to see who produced that beat. That one's gonna be by Muggs, is the
Okay,
producer of
shout
this
out
track.
to
DJ Muggs from Jedi Mind Tricks used to,
That's
and
great.
then he also did Grandmasters with Jizza.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
DJ Muggs.
So Muggs on the beat, and then you got Xzibit doing a track dedicated to his son.
That's dope.
And that in itself is sick.
Also, obviously, Muggs worked with Cypress Hill.
Oh, yep.
From Cypress Hill.
All right. So we're going into now Foundation, and yo, like this. Come here, boy. He's talking to his son. My son, yeah. Look, come on. Verse 1. When I look into your eyes, I can see my own straight love manifested in flesh and bone.
Yeah.
I love that he even said flesh and bone because, like, as far as his,
That
like,
sounds biblical, man.
yeah.
For real.
But I was gonna relate it back to like Bone Thugs even because there's flesh and
Flesh
bone.
and Bone.
I see a likeness
yeah.
there, like as far as his like even his the style with the hair, like I see a likeness there. But Flesh and Bone's also sick lyrically too.
Right.
So when I look into your eyes, I can see my own straight love manifested in flesh and bone. Use a breath of fresh air in this world of shit. You was born to be a soldier. Don't ever forget. Hit back when hit. Wise words being said here. Use force that's effective. Don't just like use it,
Right.
strike.
Yeah. Right.
You know, like it's six. I'm telling you, there's legit wisdom in here. This could be a proverb in the Bible. This could be like a straight up page in the Bible. Hit back when hit. Use force when that's effective. All these bitches and women, son, please be selective. This is California. Can't stick your dick in everything. This is California. I love how he just pointed that out, you know, being in Los Angeles again. Can't stick your dick in everything. We will survive necessarily by any means. Let no man ever hold you down or suppress you. It's the 90s. The police just arrest you, disrespect you, on occasion take life. By the time you come of age, they'll probably blast on sight. It's a shame they protect them, but try to serve us. When your neck is on the line, stand ground, then bust. Ooh, in God we trust, but just in case, keep it loaded and locked.
Oh man,
This is legendary Proverbs right here.
See
dude.
that line, it reminds me of a Jadakiss line. He says
Jadakiss, yeah.
he says, what did he say? He said hated by many, but fear, he said feared by many, hated by something by none. I trust two guys, one's God and one is my gun. Like, so when I see
Firebar.
in God we trust,
Yeah.
like, case keep it locked and loaded. Like, we are, I'm a man of the Lord, but if you test me,
Yeah. I saw some relations there too, because it's interesting
You'll
that you
meet
brought
'em.
up that you brought up Jadakiss, like the voice, the uniqueness voice of Jadakiss, the uniqueness voice of Ice-T. Like Xzibit has a unique voice like that.
absolutely,
Ready to rock, to shake the spot, the foundation.
man.
Go ahead, verse 2.
Yeah. Who forever smoke? Oh, yeah. You came from a long line of killers and drug dealers. Who forever smoke bud, so it's probably in your blood. Realize you can only run the streets so long, then the streets run into you, run you into the ground, then gone. Kind of rough trying to teach you what's right from wrong. Same shit, different day. It's the same old song. If time ever comes that I meet my match, get control of my assets, fuck starting from scratch. Just take care of your mother, keep yourself on track. So he's lyrically writing his will right now.
Yeah.
Because get behind don't mean that because get behind don't mean they got your back. And as Jizzo once said, I got your back, but you best to watch your front. Beware of the serpent. There's a time in a life the motherfuckers will strike to try to make you lose sight. But don't be a fake motherfucker trying to keep shit real. Fill cassettes with idle threats with no guts to kill.
Oh, so much.
So if you're gonna say something, say it with keep it 100 and keep it authentic.
That's my part right here.
Son, if you ever pull heat, then use it. If you got a chance to walk away, then do it. So you never,
do one or the other, hot or cold, but don't be
assess the situation, man. Total domination takes full concentration in all situations. A solid foundation. Exhibit verse 2-1 from the book of his verse.
Like seriously, I gotta mention two things in this verse. I mean, one, we kept talking about like biblical things.
Yeah.
He said, beware of the serpent.
Yep.
He literally took you to the Bible.
Yeah, he does have a Christian background. He said his parents were Christian,
Grew
but
up in the
didn't let
church.
him, listen to hip hop and stuff.
Right. So that's one right there, keeping with that theme. And then just, like I said, my favorite part probably in the whole song. He said, son, if you ever pull heat, then use it.
Yeah.
If you got a chance to walk away, then do it.
Yeah, otherwise, don't pull it out. Then.
Don't pull it out. If you're not about to shoot nothing, keep it tucked. Like, I've always just been a believer in that. I mean, like, that just anytime I hear a rapper speak that, it's like, yeah, that's the truth. Like, waving guns around just for decoration, that looks corny.
Don't see me pulling out the...
Like, that just looks...
Just set it down on the table.
What you gonna do now?
You want to know what's hip hop? You want to know what's hip hop?
You got the blicky on me, man.
Oh.
Stupid.
I'll do
Oh,
Got the bling on me.
You are the foundation, beginning of a new generation. I remember hospital hallway pacing. I was anxious as fuck to see your face shine, only to find that your face looks like mine. So it's like I'm living twice at the exact same time. This life you can't press stop and press rewind. Gotta live it to the fullest, never fall behind. No man have your own plan, expand your mind. Ain't no paper thin game to raise wannabe thugs. This is nothing but love via satellite mugs. Take heed when it's your turn to bring new life. Make sure it's a woman you gonna make your wife. Be prepared for the worst, but expect the best. No matter where life take you, come home to the West. Survival takes more than gats and guns. That's word to live by from father to son. Foundation.
Damn.
Bruh.
Damn.
So just in case he didn't make it, he has that track.
Beyond his years. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
Beyond his years.
He was telling them, if something were to happen, follow these guidelines.
Damn.
That's literally him telling him, if something happened to me, you got this right here. This is me speaking to you now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about that. That's just, I mean, if that doesn't say it for you, I don't know what does.
Come on, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
that shows you just how conscious he is of things, of life, how much he knows, how smart he is.
Yeah.
You know, that.
And this goes beyond lyricism. This is actually him using the lyricism to provide a message that's like, oh, that was a dope bar. No. These are like, these are words to live by.
Yeah.
Real lessons here, real game.
And it ties to the whole theme of the album as well. So it ties
life.
it's like a bow tie at the end of this. Like it just ties it all together.
Yep. I mean, he said, take heed when it's your turn to bring new life. Make sure it's a woman you're going to make your wife. Don't be just out here having babies with anybody. Like, he literally just, I mean, you don't hear that enough in records. Like, a lot of people out here moving sloppy. I don't know if Xzibit
took his own advice or not, but
he's definitely
he's giving the wisdom.
He's telling you, look, be better than me.
He's do as I say, not as I do.
Prime example. Do as I say, not as I do.
That Up in Smoke tour I heard was crazy. So,
for sure.
No, I'm just kidding. But Xzibit, man, he's one of those guys that, like you said, Mark, he's just going to be fun to talk about no matter how we split it, just because of this guy's a dope artist. Number one, it's not hard if he's dope, and Xzibit's that guy. And this is just his debut album.
First album.
Yeah,
he only gets better from this point. And just all around, I like, the business acumen of him. I know he had some troubles with finances for a little bit, but he came back. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't the end. Like, dude is still here in the game.
Yep.
And I love how he's a part of that Dr. Dre universe.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to always be here. He's going to be always remembered by that.
Yep.
So I just think he's just such a important figure in hip hop, very iconic, and he's just being himself. That's the funny thing. He's not even trying to be that. And yet he is that, and I think it's not for no reason that he ends up doing the show Pimp My Ride and all that. However you just take that, whether you take it as a plus or minus, to me, in my opinion, I think that's a plus still.
You're thinking of a long-running show on MTV.
7 seasons. Yeah.
Anything past 3 seasons, you're already rarefied air.
Right. So, I mean, very successful career, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
And he still puts out music. That to me is dope.
And he's still fixing cars to this day.
She's still pimping rides out there.
Fixing rides.
I don't fix cars, man.
Doing shows,
Yeah. What's your takeaway, Mark, on everything on here?
The gentleman's leaving a long-lasting legacy, and that's what you want as an MC. Like, we all, there's times where we look at MCs that live a short life. Yeah. They're at their speed of life, but it was short-lived, you don't want someone spitting as dope as Xzibit and not having a long career.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't want that for him because he's
like, that would have sucked if we just got this and that was
it.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
I would have been like, man,
that would have been a travesty.
What if situation.
And we have too many hip hop what ifs because it all either ends in it ends in violence. We're in a good spot with Xzibit where he played, he treaded softly and was able to have a long lasting career. Beefs and all that, and it's he's in multiple video games too, so
that's crazy.
He's in movies.
He's in movies. He's in Empire and
he was on Empire. Yep,
sure. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was. What else was he? Was he in another movie? I can't think of it right now. 8 Mile for sure.
8 Mile, and he probably did a couple B movies for sure.
He might have been. I think he was in The Wash.
Yeah,
I think he had a small part in The Wash too.
Okay,
I thought you were gonna say The Wire.
Oh no!
I was like, I think it was Method Man. I think it was just Method Man. Jeez.
What's your takeaway, Solly?
Yeah, I mean, Xzibit, like I said, he's just him on every song, every album, and out the gate, he's basically just letting you guys know, I'm here, I'm nice, I'm versatile. You can't put me in a box. You know what I mean? I can do, kind of creative, somewhat funny songs like Plastic Surgery. I can, take it really deep with a song like The Foundation. I can show you just with my skills on joints like Paparazzi or At the Speed of Life or, Positively Negative. bird's eye view. Like I got it all. I can do whatever you need as an MC. I got it.
Yeah.
I can do it all. I can make it. You know what I mean? He wasn't, Paparazzi was probably his biggest like hit at the time, but he in that song he showed you what he ended up doing further down the line. I can make hit records too. Like, I got
check out what you see is what you get. You don't know
right.
what Ali's talking about.
He progressed every album. He got bigger and bigger and was actually making charting records.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he showed you a glimpse of that just on Paparazzi. Like, this is I do this.
And then what's the difference between me and
Come on now. He shows you
He's barely getting started.
It's the versatility. Like he's just like I said, it felt like every year he just got better. 96, 98, 99, 2000, 01. Like that from like 96 to 01.
Just uphill.
He was as good as anybody else out.
In 96, invest in the Xzibit stock.
Right, seriously.
How's that for insider trading?
That would have been good.
Come on now.
What's the difference between me and you? About 5 bank accounts, 3 ounces, and 2 vehicles. Until my death, I'm Bangladesh. I suggest you hold your breath till ain't nothing left.
Now that's the difference.
Xzibit, man, is
too nice.
So, Xzibit A, check out
Xzibit A.
the album, At the Speed of Life. It's gonna be an album that you got to listen to.
Definitely.
One of those just hidden gems in hip hop. If you haven't heard it, Xzibit, of course, is the icon. Man, we can't say enough about him. Before we end the show, there's a couple of things. We're on the road to 500 subscribers on YouTube. And I'm not sure on our podcast platforms where we're at, but, we are just giving props and thanks to everybody who has shared our shit, everybody who's liked it, everybody who's commented. Like, we see all of that. We appreciate all of that. All of it matters in the grand scheme of things. We're just friends who love to talk about hip hop.
Yeah.
And we love to like get more like deeper into this shit because nobody's really doing all that, and we felt like, that's something that's a passion of all three of ours.
Absolutely.
And we want to give that, so,
Exactly.
we appreciate the support. Also too, Mark, he has his own business that he's running. It's, specializes in pins. So if you guys need to gear up, or maybe, step it up on the pins because you're slacking and you're macking. You need to pick up some pins for your hats, for your backpacks, for whatever,
denim
your
jackets.
gear, everything. Let them know, Mark, a little bit about it.
Yeah, thenotoriouspin.com or on Instagram at lnotoriouspin. Both are going to be give you access to the website, and we have over 40, 50 pins from video games to pop culture. So you'd like the stuff that you're going to look at. It's kind of like on the Men's Warehouse tip. I guarantee it.
I thought I heard that.
There you go.
Also, too, Ali got a book, man. I didn't even know you had a book like that. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
pretty dope. I didn't know that. Let them know a little bit like your stuff. What's
Absolutely, yeah. So my first book came out a few years ago, Restoring the Feeling poetry book. My second book will be out later this year. When I have it published, you guys will know. It's called The Inspiration. It is complete. I just got to work on getting it published, but it will be out this year. Look out for that.
Fire. So check that out. Of course, we hope you guys have a great week. Mark, go ahead, man. Give them the sign.
To the MCs, if you drop a mic, drop a like and a subscribe and a share now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big W to cover up the world,
X
right?
to the Z.
Better than
They're going to think we're throwing up DMX right now. Like, it's X to the Z.
Absolutely.
Xzibit on this one. All right. I feel like you had to say something. Did you have to say something before we left?
peace.
All right. Peace.